In a quiet village nestled between green hills and lazy rivers, lived a man named David. He had a modest home, enough food, and a routine that asked very little of him. Each day, he woke with the sun, ate simple meals, roamed around the village, and returned home to sit by his window. He called it peace. Others called it a good life. But sometimes, late at night, he stared at the stars and felt hollow. "Is this all?" he would whisper. One morning, an old monk passed through the village. He was lean, sun-worn, and his eyes held a spark that didn't belong to this sleepy place. He saw David lounging under a tree and asked, "Why do you sit so still?" David replied, "I have everything I need. Why move?" The monk smiled. Even still, waters grow stale if they never flow. Curious, David invited the monk for tea. He spoke of how he once had big dreams to travel, write, and build things that mattered. But life had been comfortable, so he never left. "I wasn't failing," he said, "but I also wasn't growing." The monk listened quietly, then asked, "If a seed never pushes through the dirt, is it alive or just buried?" David fell silent. He had mistaken the absence of pain for happiness, the lack of hunger for fulfillment. The monk said, "Comfort is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there." The monk gave David a challenge. Do one uncomfortable thing each day for 30 days. At first, David resisted. He hated cold water, so the monk told him to bathe in the river. He feared rejection, so the monk had him speak to strangers. He disliked failure, so the monk gave him a task he would surely fail: climbing the nearby hill with a sack of stones. Each day, David returned exhausted, frustrated, but also alive. He began to feel his body, hear his thoughts, face his fears. One day, while catching his breath at the top of the hill, he saw the sunrise paint the village below. "Why didn't I come here before?" he wondered. Because comfort had blinded him to the view, the pain that polishes the soul. The monk told him, "We are like blades. Without friction, we rust." David began writing again. He offered to help children in the village learn to read. He learned how to build tools from scrap, how to speak in front of people, and even traveled to a nearby town for the first time in decades. Every fear he faced gave him new strength. Every failure became a teacher. He was no longer just living, he was becoming. One day, David asked the monk, "Why do so many people stay stuck?" The monk replied, "Because pain feels like death. But so does stagnation, lately slower." David realized the cost of comfort wasn't just missed dreams, it was missed life. "The path of ease leads to erosion of self," the monk said. "Comfort can soothe you, but it can also trap you. Real joy comes from expansion, from breaking limits, not avoiding them." So ask yourself, are you comfortable or are you quietly stuck? Are you choosing safety over achieving your dream? A dream that you see not in sleep, but when you are awake. A dream that once gave a purpose to live. A dream that can make you feel worthy and use your potential. The monk didn't bring pain. He awakened the strength he had hidden behind ease. And in that awakening, David was finally free. Are you living a life that's too safe? Comment below. What's one comfort you'll step away from this week? Subscribe for more transformative monk stories that challenge you to grow beyond the soft prison of ease.